Hello, I am Brenda Patricia Nolan Mora. I currently reside in Austin. During the class, I was introduced as residing in Houston, but I am in Austin, Texas. Therefore, I chose the Austin, Texas city website to run the accessibility evaluation. Austintexas.gov is targeted towards users that are residents and/or businesses. It really is information about the city government and transparency, events, and upcoming deadlines. You can go and view service details and payment of bills, and also information about processes and how to complete them. The reason I chose Austintexas.gov is because it is a site that should be readily accessible to the people that it serves, which is the people of the region of Austin. The subpage I chose to evaluate was Austintexas.gov/vote, which really is election resources that they provide for the residents of that area. It talks about voter registration, voting procedures, and polling places. The overall findings and recommendations from this evaluation are listed as follow under the POUR framework. I am only highlighting the items that are impacting accessibility. So under perceivable, most images are missing text alternatives, or they have text alternatives that aren't descriptive, such as labeling the logo just as logo. The site has a city view video that did not appear to have captions or controls to activate said captions. And the site viewed without styles or images is actually pretty streamlined and easy to follow. However, structure may still be aided by including an H1 for each page and limiting the amount of unordered lists they use. Overall, it does perform pretty well in terms of color contrast accessibility. However, the footer text, which is a light gray on a medium gray, does not pass the AA rating. Regarding operability, most of the site is keyboard accessible. However, the banner/slash controls for rotating images does not acquire a visible focus state, and access to the navigation menu is inconsistent. Not all menu drop-downs are accessible for a specific page, and they acquire focus in a not very streamlined order, as well as the drop-downs that you can access for the sub-navigation are controlled via tabbing and not accessed via the arrow keys. Additionally, 2 iframes are not accessible. As it regards navigation, the site has no RA or H1 landmarks, so it's hard for a user to understand the layout of the page. I list this one as a navigation component because having a good understanding of the layout will allow you to better navigate and see where to go next in context of where you currently are. The actual navigation menu is not functional at a 200% soup factor. Mobile and mid-sized breakpoints, responsive breakpoints malfunction, impeding access to sub-navigation options when viewed at different screen sizes on a Chrome browser. And it only functions appropriately at 200% if your view window is above 1920. Understandable. Overall, the site performs fairly decently when it comes to readability. The grade level is between 9 and 9.5 and not 8, and it's mostly due to words such as opportunity, neighborhoods, transportation, so multiple syllable words. In terms of predictability, again, navigation doesn't function predictably from one page to the other, which makes it difficult to understand, and also even from one breakpoint to the other, it can stop functioning. Regarding robustness, compatibility, again, the site is responsive, but the navigation malfunctions, so that's an issue to address. and iframes may pose an additional compatibility issue. Parsing results show that images generally don't have alt text, as mentioned before. There are empty buttons and header 2s, and there are duplicate IDs. And ARIA, once again, is really not present on the site. There is one role listed on both pages and as a dialogue that contained absolutely no elements. Well, it did contain 3 empty buttons, but they were at the end of the page, and they were following a comment tag that specified it was null. Overall recommendations is that images should include relevant alt text. There should be a better outline of the page structure leveraging ARIA definitions and headings, H1s specifically. There should be an increased contrast of footer text over the background. I would recommend avoid using iframes. Ensure that all controls require a focus state for keyboard accessibility, such as in the banner, and some filters in the page. Ensure City View videos have captions available, and test and correct the navigation menu bar behavior. Make sure it functions at different sizes and that it is consistently keyboard accessible.